Hello, hello, hello. This is what I am going to paint today, but I have some things first that I'm going to do. Hello, Eileen. Hello, Beth. Hello, Joan. Welcome, welcome. I assume that means my notification went through. Or were you guys sitting here waiting for me? Hello, Joycey. Yay, Vicky. Oh, I'm nice and cozy inside, but I'm not going outside in that mess, let me tell you. We got more snow yesterday and then freezing rain overnight. Now it's raining. The roads are either icy or flooding, one or the other. Slush. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Zoe. Okay, no worries, Zoe. All right. So, oh, I'm going to switch to this for a second. I forgot to add something. There we go. All right, let me go back to my other window. Okay. Hello, Joan. Ha ha. Very funny, Joycey. Very funny, very funny. Yeah. Use my words. Right. Well, I've got a very... Oh, ouch. Sorry. Ow. Just pulled my knee. Oh, trying to get it up on the footstool. Hey, Jillian. So I have a couple things to share first before I start painting, and I still have stupid embossing powder all over my desk. Eesh. Oh, I forgot to put that one away. I missed getting one put in the box. I know, it's been since Monday, but I can't help it. I'm lazy these days. Thought I got it all off. The little container spilled, of course, with the leftover embossing powder. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Mark. All right. So I bought this ink pad mostly because I wanted to check something out, because I have a funny feeling is all that it is. I mean, I know what it is. It's an empty ink pad so that you can use your oxide, distressed oxide, make your own palette color. But I think that it's likely just a piece of cut and dry foam. Hey, Kimberly. Nice to be here. Hey, Jilly. Hey, Vicky. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Yeah. Oh, but it's not. It's harder than cut and dry foam, I think. Yeah, because it's felt on top. Oh, no, it's felt, I think, not foam. Anyway, I bought that because I was curious. I only have a few of the oxide, the actual oxide inks, so we'll see, re-inkers. So I'll have to see. All right, so I wanted to order another copy of The Look. It's the only coloring book I had. Well, my Canadian one I don't mind either, because it's got kind of cool Canadian land points and landscapes. But I'm not into coloring or painting those books that have all that really detailed stuff. It just doesn't interest me. You know, the Kirby Rozans. Not saying it's terrible art. The artwork is intriguing and very interesting, and I love the flip throughs, and I don't mind watching someone else color in it. You know, when Dee Dee colors in them, of course, Dee Dee can make anything look like art and wonderful. And but it's just not me sitting there trying to color those. Well, first of all, with my eyesight, coloring those little tiny spaces wouldn't be easy anyway. And it just doesn't interest me. But coloring realistic kind of things. Hey, Colleen. Yeah, Eileen, are you ignoring Joycey? Okay. So anyway, I lost it somewhere. I don't know where. I had 4 or 5 of the pages colored already. But when I bought this initially, I bought it because I saw Dee Dee with it. And I bought it for 2 reasons: to practice coloring and shading skin tone and hair, like body pictures, and also for fabric. All right. All about fashion in different parts of the world. So there's lots of faces and clothing and cool things. So I went on to the book depository, and it happened to be, I think, like $6 off or something the day I went looking to see if they still had it. And the book depository did still have it. And since they have free shipping worldwide, I ordered it. So then while I was there, I thought, oh, if I'm ordering it and they're shipping something, I may as well order, you know, go through and see if there's another coloring book that I would really like. And get it, you know, shipped in the same thing. Well, I found 2 other coloring books. And for whatever silly reason, all 3 of them got shipped separately on different days. So I'm just assuming that the book depository is so large that they have different books in different categories and probably get pulled and mailed by different people. I don't know. But anyway, I ordered these 3, but they got sent in separate, 3 separate. I thought it was going to save, you know, money, time. Well, it didn't save me money because it was free shipping anyway. But anyway, so I restocked that. Then I found this one. It's called Drawn to Color by the Constant Artist. And what they've done is what this person's done is taken actual still life paintings and then redrawn them down to the line art. But what they've also done with this book is so it says a rose posy in a preserving jar. So that's what this first one is. It says heavy heads of deep pink and yellow roses with a single orange bloom burst out of a traditional glass jar, its neck tied with a string. So it gives you a verbal description of the artwork. Then it gives you a grayscale of the art. Hi, Vaughn. Hey, Kimberly. With this coloring book, with the bloom, with the floral one, Colleen? Oh, I don't remember that. Hi, Dr. Dot. Hope you're healing. So what's good about having a gray scale is that it shows your tonal expanse. So it shows your brightest brights, which is the whitest or lightest parts, and your darkest darks. All right. So notice that even within, let me zoom in a little bit on this picture. So notice even in this is obviously going to be the darkest rose, okay? And even within that flower, there's an almost darkest shade, all right? So that doesn't mean you're going to make it black. It's just going to be the darkest shade of whatever that rose is. So if that's the orange rose, I'm assuming, no, it's a pink orange. It's a pink rose. Dark the center grayscale, it really shows you which part of the flower has to be the darkest. Notice on this one, which is the yellow rose, its darkest darks are still a fairly light, not even quite into a mid-tone, but it does still have lights and some darks. This one is a little bit dark, has more darks than this one. Okay? So that's a good way to find your darkest darks and your lightest lights. Oh, with the look. Okay, yeah. Your thank you, Vaughn. Tonal values. Value. That's the word I was trying to come up with. Oh. So, my voice is almost gone. Okay. So it gives that. Then it gives tips and suggestions and hints and a suggestion. So for a tip example for this one, it says, look carefully inside the blooms and don't overdo the dark areas too quickly or you'll lose definition. Okay, so it's really important when you're coloring, you start light to dark, but you have to build those dark areas so you don't go too dark too soon and lose your contrast. All right, so then suggestion, pick out the leaves and color them first to help define the flowers. So find your leaves, color them first. Another hint, see how defined the stems are above the waterline compared to those in the water, suggested by very light pencil lines. So in order to make... Now, I'm planned to take this book apart. I'll show you a minute, another minute, how the book is set up. Suggestion, choose your particular favorites. So if you want to change the color of the roses from the color they have in the original, you still follow the same tonal values. This is going to be a lighter color rose because the tonal values are a little closer together. Now, the cool thing about this book, besides telling you the flowers, and then these suggestions and hints with the grayscale, then it gives you your drawing in a very light gray. So you can totally easily cover your lines with your color pencils. It's just copy paper weight, but it's good quality copy paper. It's smooth. All right, so it's decent quality. This book also has a website where you can see these color images in a bigger, more detailed size. So you can go to the website and find the pictures. Very cool, Vicki. Yeah, it is, Colleen. It's going to be a great way. So I plan, and the back side of the actual coloring page is blank. All right, so it's single-sided. And I plan to take out these actual coloring pages. I may take the whole thing apart and keep it in a binder or a folder or something. But I plan to scan these in and also print them out on water. All right. So then this next one is Peruvian lot in a blue jug. So there's your grayscale. There's your drawing, your hints, suggestions. The next one. All right, so each one has an explanation, your grayscale, and then your line drawing. So, because I'm not very good yet at watercoloring flowers and plants, that's the reason I picked up this book. I liked how it was laid out. So once again, it's by the Constant Artist. There's the 16 drawings. Hey, nobody's Owen. It's called Drawn to Color, a coloring book for the leisure artist by the Constant Artist. I got it at, oh, for heaven's sake, see, my brain is going dead. Book Depository. And of course, they have worldwide free shipping. So, and then the other one I saw that I really liked was Charming Home Happen. Uh-oh, I got something. No, it's not sticky. It's just wet. I was lucky these survived. They were, I don't know if they had been in our boxes, community boxes. It's been so cold, they freeze shut. So you can't get in when you have mail. If it goes below -5, they freeze shut. But the postman had something to deliver for me that was in a pizza box, something my oxide inks and a paper pack that I ordered from our traveling scrapbook store. I also ordered the 3D die from her. So that arrived today. So he must have taken these packages out of the community mailbox. They were soaking wet. So I don't know if they got wet. I don't know, maybe he walked up from the mailbox. Anyway. So this book, so the cool thing about this book, I didn't realize it had this because it didn't show that in the preview, but it's kind of neat. They give you 2 smaller versions. Okay, hold on. I'm going to zoom out for this one because this book's a little bigger. Oh, sorry. Wrong way. All right, so they give you color grayscale images to test out your colors. So they actually give you the pages to test out the colors you want to use. I thought that's so cool. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Mandy J. Hey, Kim K. Anyone else I missed? Hey, Pavla. Nice to see you. So it gives you 2 places to test your pencils and whatever. So that's kind of cool. Decide what colors, if they're close. Then it gives you a color version, what they colored it as, or what it was originally painted as. And then they give you the grayscaled color. So this is coloring grayscale. Okay. So it helps a lot with your shading and whatever. It shows you where you need to put your darkest darks, your lightest lights. You're still obviously going to have to add color to the darks because not always going to be gray. They're going to be darker shades of the color that you use. But it's a great starting point. So each page gives you the 2 tests, and then the page you color on is actually single-sided. So that's kind of cool. I'll probably take this book apart too, because once you get towards the back, your coloring page is not going to sit still. So it's kind of cool. Some of them are, oh, sorry, my glue is messed. Okay. So some of them are landscape, or this isn't actually square, so they put it landscape in the book. But most of them are. So there's some really cool things to color. Anyway, so lots of cool things to color there. Which I will take this apart and I will be scanning these in also to watercolor. We'll see. All right, so that's the end of the show and tell. Let's get watercoloring. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh gosh, sorry, so I bought 2. I saw these at a good price on Amazon, so I bought 2 of them while I was in there. Watercolor, 100% cotton, 140 pound watercolor paper. So I bought 2 while I was there because I needed a watercolor journal. One moment, I've got to pick up my palette that I use to color paint on. My short arms won't let me pick it up. Because I bumped it and it fell over. Okay. All right, gives me just a little bit of a slant to work on here. Let me get my, oh, I almost forgot my other mail that I got. I got some wonderful mail from Lena. She sent me some M-gram watercolors that I don't have. Apparently, she went through my, sorry about that. I seem to have a very bright. I'm going to show you what I'm going to watercolor today. This is a photograph by a photographer from my hometown. He was in high school with my sister. Oh. I wonder if I should use... Maybe I should use my Kramer. I don't have my M-gram watercolor palette set up yet. All right, so I have to decide whether I'm going to use my... I have ones added in. So I'm going to do that tonight, I think. Set up my new M-gram watercolor palette. All right. One moment. Kind of mess happening. So I have to decide whether I'm going to use my Shinhan or my Kramer. I have the Kramer #1 set here. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't have the bright It does not have the bright orange that I need. No. Okay. I'll use my Shinhan. Shinhan PWCs. What are sold at Curry's? I did Vaughn, but Cheap Joe's is in the US. By the time I pay the price difference, and well, it depends on where it comes from. Sometimes I have to pay import fees. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on the I swear it depends on the custom agent who gets it on their desk. Because my last package that came, when I got my package from Jerry's Artorama, they charged me import fee. I mean, it wasn't outrageous. It still ended up as a good price what I bought. And then I bought a package from somewhere else that was worth more from Simon Says Stamp, and I didn't get cost. So, all right. Going back here. And I'm going to zoom in just a little. Oh, the journals. Oh, really? At Curry's. Good to know. I'll have to check and see if they're cheaper. Although at Curry's, you have to spend $75 to get free delivery. That's why I usually order from Desserts, because you only have to spend $59 to get free delivery. And you can use PayPal at Desserts. You have to use your credit card at Curry's. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was a peach or if it was an apple, but anyway, he's an amazing photographer, a hobbyist photographer, but he's retired from his work now, so he kind of goes around to all of the events in Pictou County. Any event that's going on, and he photographs and takes pictures, and especially running events. He's a runner himself. And so I follow him on Facebook and asked if it was okay if I, put some of his photographs in my watercolor possibilities folder. And he said, no, not at all. So I will, of course, share it on Facebook so he can see what I end up with. I think I was going to painting landscape, so I'm going to do it this way in the journal. Hey, Ashley. Oh, he's going to New York? Oh, he'll find even cooler. If you mean New York City. Okay. So this is an 8.5 by 11 journal. Hi, Holly. Lurk away, lurk away. Okay. So I think that I need to find my tape here. Oh. Oh. There it is. I want to tape around the out edge. Hello, Darla. I'm just getting started because I shared a couple of coloring books that I bought. All right. Oh, okay. I want to do, in case they do ever take it out of the package, I want to go below the perforation. Try and do about a 1/2 inch around the edge. So as you can see in this photograph, he's got some very interesting lighting. Oh, for goodness sakes. Can't seem to get this last one on straight, so I'm going to turn it around. All right, so I need to open the photo on my iPad for myself here. All right. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. All right, so the first thing you need to, okay, I'm going to say, I don't want it to sound like a tutorial because I don't know if I'm qualified to give watercolor tutorials as such yet. I'm going to go through it as this is what I look for. So the first thing I look for in my paintings, my darks and my lights. I almost always do my background first, which I am going to do. But also the darks and the lights on the actual image. So on this photographed apple, the darkest areas are at the top front. All right, from where the stem comes out. There is no stem. The stem is off. Notice the wonderful texture on that orangey red front part. I like my other. Okay. Notice that the reflection is extended somewhat. Okay. Golden apple. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. All right. Sorry about that. So I have my sketch done. I apologize. Oh. Guys. I'm tired. All right. Done my sketch very lightly. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, hold on. My ring light's going to fall here. Just a second. It's sliding off. It's I was wondering why it was looking so dark. I didn't have my ring light positioned properly for me to see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to zoom in just a smidge. There we go. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, hold on. I need my... Need to grab my... I knew I was missing something here. Oh, my breakfast bowl is still here. Okay. Right. All right, so what colors do I need to mix? I need to mix yellows, oranges, reds, and of course I need to for my background. So for the background, I think I am going to use neutral tint plus some burnt umber. All right. So use the 1/2 inch flat for the background along with all right. I get my silver black velvets out here for the painting, I think. Let's see how that works. So the 3 silver black velvets I have are the number 12 round, number 8 round, and number 4 round. All right. Yeah, I have it. I'm streaming at 720 because there were problems when I streamed at 1080. So, oops. And like Dee Dee says, sometimes it defaults to 240, so should stream well at 720. A brown hue? No, neutral tint. It has a little bit more blue than brown, Joycey. Neutral tint is a purely neutral black, gray. So it uses all of the colors, but it tends to have a little bit more of a blue than anything. It doesn't really have any color, but all right. So I'm going to need my permanent orange. I'm going to need my lemon yellow because that's going to be my first layer on the. And that seems to be a little dirty. So I'm going to try and clean off that top layer because it looks like there might be a little splash of blue on there. So I always use lemon as my first layer when I'm using oranges and reds. There's also a warm yellow needed. So all right. So let's start with the background. So I'm going to mix I'm going to get as pure a black as I want. Now I'll show you the neutral tint. These are my Shinhan paints. So I'll show you the neutral tint without any. See, it has a little bit more of a blue-gray to it. So by adding the a little burnt umber to that, it will darken that even more. But I don't want so much there. I don't want so much burnt umber that it's going to leave it brown. All right, so that's the trick. Is to blacken it. All right, so I'm going to wet the whole background here. So this is 100% cotton paper. It's going to take more than one run through of wetting. Probably. I have some of the 140 pound bee paper in the 6x9 size. I haven't used it very much. I used it for a couple of swatch when I was doing those stamps, waffle flower stamp swatches. I used it. The first pack I bought, I accidentally purchased the 90 pound. So I definitely am using that simply for swatching because it is a little thin. So we've had some very bad weather on the East Coast. Now, Vicky made a comment on my Twitter, like, I thought you guys would be all ready for this weather, but you can't be ready for the type of weather that we've had this week. Sunday, we had several inches of snow, followed by several hours of freezing rain, followed by a couple of hours of rain, followed by a flash freeze. There's nothing they can do to get ahead of it when you have that kind of a weather situation, especially the flash freeze after you've got several inches of rain down. Nothing they can do about it. They can't get. And then after that flash freeze, it was so cold that salt wasn't melting the ice, so they couldn't get the roads cleared that first day. On Monday, everything was frozen solid. Schools were closed. They were closed again Tuesday because they were still working on trying to clear the roads. Yeah, and so then yesterday, on top of that, we got a little bit of, just an inch or two of snow, just enough to make a mess, and then some turned to freezing rain a little bit, not as much as Sunday, before it turned to rain again. And now it's raining. This time we're not going to get the flash freezing because it's going to freeze over the whole day tomorrow. But the problem is we've got several inches of ice on the sides of the roads. And now the water's coming down and there's nowhere for it to go. So now roads are flooding. So schools are closed again today because they could not get the buses out on the road this morning. It's going to take a couple of layers. Oh no, Bonnie. Vaughn. we had wind chills of minus 25, minus 30 Celsius over the last couple of weeks too. Well, since Christmas almost. Either that or above zero. Like, that's the crazy thing. Okay, now I have to, just before I dry this, I love the way that top part is going there, but I need to fix this spot here. It came in a little too far, and it ended up a little too, this part down here is a reflection, so I don't want the harsh lines that I have up there. And this part turned out perfect. But this part did not, so I'm just going to go in before I dry and fix that edge. It's all right. I'll cover that. I've got a bloom because I waited too long because I was gabbing. I'll cover that up next layer. Hi, Norma. Oh no, really, Eileen? Oh, see, we don't have to deal with tornadoes, thank goodness, and only the remnants of hurricanes. Actually, we had one windstorm here this fall that was worse than any hurricane we've had in years. It wasn't called a hurricane because it was not organized into a turning. But I'll tell you, the winds were worse than there was worse damage than. Aww. How are you, kitty? Hi, kitty. Of course, because it's 100% cotton paper that takes more water, it also means it takes longer to dry it. Oh, Via. Oh, Vaughn. How cute is that? I love kitties. I miss my cats, but I just don't think I can get them right now. When I go home, I know it's not often that I go home to Nova Scotia, but when I do, it means my cousin has to come and look after them because I usually stay for a week or so. If I'm going to go to all the trouble of going down there, I'm going to stay long enough to make it worth the trip. All right, so this time I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. And I am going to apply it wet on dry. Oh no, I didn't mix enough. Shoot. All right, I'll finish going down this side. Darn it. I don't even have enough to finish going down that side. Okay, so I'm going to try and go back up just to re-wet it, hoping I don't get any blooms in that area. Oh no, I'm very close to not having enough. Try and mix enough, a wee bit more. And before I go in, go in with a clean, damp brush. Oh, yes, Colleen, I saw him. Yeah, he has Ranger products. I was going to say Simon, but I don't think it's Simon. Ink pads with Ranger. All right, so let's dry that. And now I need to really get my... Oh, sorry about that. For our 2D2 our 2D3 fell over. All right. Heat gun. Oh, Simon. Yes, I was right. It is Simon. Simon Hurley. Right. Scrap Time. I'm pretty sure Scrap Time did a video with him as well. All right, so let's do all right. I kind of messed up my home palettes, smearing this dark everywhere. Wasn't even trying to splot, and it splotted everywhere. I hate splots. All right. So now I need that. Move the black to the back. So now I need, I'm going to put a little spritz of water in each palette hole. This is my palette. I got a Dollarama, $2. It is like a deviled egg, I guess, or something server anyway. All right, so I need a little lemon yellow, not a whole lot, because it will, oh yeah, well, picked up way too much. That's all right. Then I need my warm yellow. I don't have my map. I don't have my color map in front of me for some reason. All right. All right, then I'm going to need my permanent orange. And I need my permanent red. I am also going to need, I think I need to grab my, just a moment. Should get my map out here. It's going to drive me crazy if I don't know what colors I'm using. All right, so I'm using lemon yellow. These are my Shinahan PWC's premium watercolors, not professional. I'm using lemon yellow, cad yellow deep, brilliant orange, permanent red. I'm going to get out a little bit of I'm going to get out a little bit of permanent magenta because I think I'm going to mix that with, don't need much. I'm going to mix it with a neutral tint to get my darkest dark for the reds. All right. So I'm going to start with, use my number 8. So what I'm going to have to be a little bit careful of, when I'm adding my yellows here, I don't want to go into that black. I'm going to have to fix up the edge at the end, I think, because I did not do a very good job of the edge. Hi, Sophia. Oh, wow. Hey, Juju. I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. Hope you are well. Nice to see you. Judy Jones, by the way, is also known as Juju. She does some wonderful drawing. All right, now down on this part, the only part that will get lemon yellow is the brightest bright part, right along the edge here of the reflection. I'm not going to be doing a very good job of this, I don't think. Anyway, okay. Yellow, lemon yellow. Putting it a little bit thicker on the areas that are brighter. I'm going to take some off the bottom here where it's going to be dark. And up here. Because I don't want any of it to end up green. Hi, Elaine. So right now it looks like I'm taking this out because I want it to be lighter. But actually I'm taking it out because it's going to be the darker or more red areas. And we don't want that glow. All right, so that's going to dry. Hey, Julie. Didn't see you come in. I apologize. Hello, Carrie Ann. So once again, I'm going to go in and completely wet the entire peach again. Sorry about the sniffle. Oh, just a minute. I realized something. Forgot to take my meds. One moment, please. Bye, Sophia. Okay. See you later, hopefully, Sophia. Get Mr. Man to bed there. Yep, Juju. She did some wonderful drawings. She posted on Twitter. All right. Should be just do another quick bit of wetting. All right. So now I'm going to go in with my Cad Yellow Deep and my Brilliant Orange. So this is going to go, the Cad Yellow Deep is going to go almost to the edge. I'm just going to leave a little line of the lemon showing. Same on this side. And into the Brilliant Orange, let it merge. I need to take off just a little bit of this right here. And I need to go back in with a little bit of the warm. Just add a little bit of that back in there. Let it blend. Not going to worry about this lower part just yet. Now I'm going to go in with my permanent red. The first layer of this darkest. Ooh, the winds are getting rowdy out there. So I'm trying to do this while it's all wet so it all blends. Try and get some of that texture going. All right, starting to dry, a little too much to work with, so I'm going to let it dry. Hey, CB. Oh, thanks, Norma. I'm not sure how much life I'm going to give this peach, but I'm trying. Thing is, you can't judge it by the layer. You can't judge it until you get to the end. That's the thing. Yeah, and that's what I've had to I've really had to learn that. I've had to learn to trust that my layers were going to work. I'm going to be doing one more layer of dark at the end of my background so that I can fix up my peach here. Oh no, CB, you just got her Christmas card. Oh dear. Yes, Juju Carrie Ann is the Australian Carrie Ann. All right, I'm going to get my heat gun out here. Heat gun. I want it to leave it blending just a little bit before I dried it, because, of course, once you dry it with a heat gun, it's going to stop the flowing. It doesn't overly flow on the bee paper, but it does blend nicely. I still like, you can get good blend on it. All right. So notice I do have some bright spots here, but I still don't have enough of a difference for it to really show that it's glowing. In order for this to show that it's glowing, I really still need to deepen this front area a fair amount. So I'm going to add, I'm going to try some of the permanent red, and I'm going to try deepening it with the permanent magenta and see what happens. I don't want it to go too purple. I just want to deepen. I'm not sure if I should deepen the red with the, I think that looks good. Oh, where did my little test thingy go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, so that's a little deeper without being, yeah, okay, without being quite so boldly red. So I'm going to go in this time. Wet on dry. Trying to define that area there a little bit. A little bit of that dark up here too. I think I still need to do this wet on wet. I'm going to wet it again. That'll help. What I just put down, mix, but still keep that nice line at the top because I needed that definition, because I need to do some red and I need to do some orange here. So I'm going to go in with my little one brush as well here. Because I've got some of that nice warm yellow. It's going to give me a nice orange here. Trying to keep the lines curved to show that this peach is round. I don't want to go straight down, except in the middle. Now I'm going to go in here with my permanent magenta, get some of those dark spots coming in. But even though it's permanent magenta, it's going over the orange and red, so it's not going to come out as much pink as it is just going to darken what's there. And I also need to go up here, although this is also going to have to get some neutral tint as well, because it's right up there is the darkest dark. So it does need to get some permanent or neutral tint. All right, so I put those in on dry because I didn't wet that part. Now I'm going to go in and wet it. Clean water. And it should help it blend. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to dry it. Hey, Marianne. I was going to say, help. What's wrong, Marianne? I was like, what's wrong, Marianne? You need help for what? What's wrong? All right, so now you can see that glow coming through a little more on the edges. And I need to pick up just a little bit. I went a little too far with that warm yellow. So I'm just going to wet it a little bit. There we go. Pick it up a little bit. There, getting back some of that glow that I lost a little bit. It's better. All right. Now I need to go in with one of my specialty brushes here. I'm going to go in with my rake brush, I think. Yeah, I think my rake brush is best. Oh, that just may be a little too much. Let's see what I can do. I have to let it dry a little. It's wicking too much. I'm not getting enough texture. A moment, please. All right. So now I need to take some of my red and I need to mix it with some neutral tint. Get a nice burgundy going here. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my rake brush and just pull that down a little bit. Go in with another layer of the dark. Yeah, I'm ruining it. All right. Need to get a little bit of glow back in this top part, so I'm going to go in with some lemon yellow. Lemon yellow is fairly opaque. All right, I need to stop because all right. Thanks, Marianne. Hey, Coffee. Didn't get very good texture in there. I really wanted to get some better texture. I got a little, but if I keep going at it, I'm really going to mess it up. So I'm going to work on the reflection now. So for the reflection, I really need to get kind of a burnt orange. So I'm going to take my brilliant orange, add some burnt umber. Dull down that orange with some burnt umber. All right. This needs to be wet on wet because it has to be very soft. I'm adding a little bit of the warm yellow, my Cad Yellow Deep, into the burnt orange color. Now I'm going to add even more burnt umber into that to darken it even more. Trying to keep working while it's still wet so I get very soft edges, wet on wet. All right, going to add even more. Actually, I think I need to add my neutral tint now. Right now it's brown. I've got to get it a little more of that neutral tint in there, but I will. I think on my next layer, I think I have to dry it now. Yeah, it's starting to dry, so. Gotta let it dry. Singing. Oh, let us entertain you. Okie dokie. The chat's getting silly now. I was supposed to get my spray bottles and my ink drop bottles today, but it doesn't look like that's happening. All right, so now I'm going to finish darkening this reflection up with neutral tint, my black color. So I need to mix some more. Neutral tint with a little bit of burnt umber to darken it even more. For those who came in later, I am using my Shinhan today. I was going to use my M Graham, and then I realized, oh, I forgot to add all my new colors to my palette. So I want it to wait. Oops. All right, so I'm going to go in with my 1/2 inch round here and wet this whole middle area. Try and soften it up. I should have done it wet on wet in the first place. Now I've totally messed it up. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Jean, what are you doing? Hi, Arlene. Hi, Gail. Yeah, not so sure about that. All right, now fix this side and I'll be happy. Oops. All right, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Welcome back, Sophia. All right, so now one more. All right, I'm not going to have enough to do the whole other side, so let's mix some more. Once again, I should have done one side and then the other side. You're going to see my tracing around the outside of my shape, but oh well. Can't do anything about that now, really. Wow, I don't know if you guys can hear that wind, but it's windy out there and stormy. There we go. All right, much better. Still a little off a little bit on the shape of the peach, but peaches aren't perfect. So let's just say it's the problem of the peach, not the artist. Heat gun. Thanks. Yeah, CD. It needed one more layer. Fix up the shape. Also helps those lights pop. See how much more the light colors pop as well? Yeah, me too, Norma. Glad I'm inside streaming too. All right, so the only thing I need is I need a little wee thin line here. And I think I'll do it with, don't want it to be dark. Uh-oh. Wasn't looking where I went. I went into the wrong color. Sorry. Just trying to define the bottom of the peach compared to the shadow a little bit. There. Okay. I think that's better. Well, that was silly, Jane. There we go. All right. All right. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Thanks, Juju. It was a tough choice of what I wanted to paint today. I didn't know what I wanted to paint. I wanted to paint something glass. I don't know. And then I saw this. I had saved it. So I'm going to take the paint off or tape off, but I just want to make sure that my background's completely dry there before I start peeling tape. Always pull it at least 45 degrees when you're taking your tape off, so that if it does happen to rip the paper, it doesn't rip into your painting. If it happens to rip your paper, honey. There. That helps a lot too. I'm just going to leave that in the journal. There. Ta-da. Thanks, Sophia. Yeah, I said apple at the beginning, Joyce, but I think it's a peach. I'm not. I really think it's a peach with all that texture. And the way it's glowing from his light, I don't think an apple would glow this much because an apple's skin is much less transparent, right? Like a peach's skin is sort of softer and more transparent. So it's that inside layer that's kind of glowing. So I think it is. I did say apple at first. That's why Joyce is saying apple. I don't like the line. Even though he has a line there, I don't know if I like the line. The way I have it. So I'm just making it, defining the spot where that peach is sitting on the table. And then it softens out. All right. Not touching it anymore. I don't know if my white, so I'm going to sign it with my gold secure paint pen. I think I need my first watercolor of 2019. Woo-hoo! And I actually remember 2019. That's pretty amazing. Pretty awesome. Oh, yay, Jillian. Yay. Joycey still says it's an apple. Okay, to Joycey, it's an apple, a golden delicious or something. Well, no, it can't be a delicious because the bottom is too. If it was a golden, if it was delicious, the bottom would have to be narrower. So I don't know, whatever kind you want it to be. So, not too bad. So there we go. All done. So I'm done a little bit early, but I think I'm finished. Thanks, Fawn. So I am finished. I got all my letters popped out of my background here. This is my background that I made with my fun embossing. Oh, where did my embossing? I ordered some embossing powders too that I got for my scrapbook person. Oh, they must be still in on my bed. I opened the package on my bed. They must have slid off my pile onto the bed. Anyway, so this was my take on embossing powder, like similar to trying to get the texture that Seth Apter has with his. And adding to UT mixes gives that wonderful grainy texture. Okay, so bye, Vaughn. Thanks, Eileen. See you. Thanks, everyone.